Good morning, first grade. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. Today is your lesson 9.7 for first grade math. If you want to take out your Judy clock, you sure could get that out if you want to. Other than that, you will just need your lesson papers, lesson 9.7. We're going to be talking about time to the half hour. Yesterday was about time to the hour. Today is time to the half hour. Basically 4:30, 7:30, 9:30, 10:30, and so on. There's many different ways to say it. You could say 4:30. You could say 4:30. If this is 4 o'clock, friends, 4:30 would look like this. The hour hand is halfway between 4 and 5, and my minute hand points down to that 30. It's also, you could say it's halfway around the clock. So we could say 4:30, say 4:30. You could say 4:30, say 4:30. You could say between 4 and 5. Good. Many different ways to say 4:30. Let's go ahead and put our names on our paper today. Be sure to write that date, smart first graders. Someday when you're in Miss Shebo's class, if you are good at writing the date on your paper, she will be so impressed with you. All right, let's go on. Please read your papers with me. Time to the half hour. Essential question. How do you tell time to the half hour on a clock that has only an hour hand? So the clocks that we see today, friends, are only going to have this hour hand, and we have to show them where the minute hand goes to show half past, okay? We know that when we're doing o'clock, the hour hand is always straight up, right? 4 o'clock. Now we're going to be talking about where this minute hand goes when it's 4:30 or 4:30. Read with me, circle. Circle 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or between 4 and 5 o'clock to describe the time shown on the clock. Remember, friends, when it's 4 o'clock, for example, this hour hand is right on the 4, isn't it? When it's 4:30, where's the hour hand now? Yes, it's right between, isn't it? So I would know it's between 4 and 5. Or if it was here, friends, it would be directly on the 5, so I would say 5 o'clock. So be watching for where this hour hand is, whether it's on a number or in between two numbers, okay? Kind of be paying attention to that. Here we go. We're only seeing hour hands. I see this one, it's directly on the 4, so I would circle 4 o'clock. Let's come to the next one. This one looks like it's between the 4 and the 5, doesn't it? So I would say between 4 and 5. What do you think for this one, friends? What would you say for this one? Yes, I'd say it's right on the 5. I'd circle 5 o'clock. Good one. Let's open up our papers to page 394. 394. Please read the model and draw box with me. As an hour passes, the hour hand moves from one number to the next number. When a half hour has passed, the hour hand points halfway between two numbers. Let's read this yellow cloud here. The hour hand is halfway between the 7 and the 8. Do you see that here? If I were to extend this out, do you see how I can tell? So we would say, let's trace it. Half past 7 o'clock. Half past 7 o'clock. Here we go. Share and show. Read it with me. Look at where the hour hand points. Write the time. Let's look here for number 1. What would you say? I'd say 1:30, wouldn't you? Let's write that. 1:30 o'clock. Number 2. Look at that hour hand. It's between the 4 and the 5. So what would I say? I'd say 4:30 o'clock. Sorry about my messy writing. It's hard to hold a camera and write at the same time. Number 3. Let's look at that hour hand. What would you say? I'd say 11:30 o'clock. And number 4. Looks like it's between the 3 and the 4, so what would I say? Yes, 3:30 o'clock. Good. All right, let's move on. Let's just keep trucking along. Again, on your own, look at where the hour hand points, write the time. So teacher's gonna turn the camera away from my work right now, and I'm gonna see if you smart kiddos, let's see, can do it on your own. I'll be working while you're working, so let's go ahead and do number 5, okay? Let's have you write your own work, and then we'll check it at the end, okay? Keep going. My writing is getting a little messy. All right, let's take a look. Check your work and see if your work is correct. Number 5, 5:30 o'clock. Number 6, 10:30 o'clock. Check your work. Number 7, 2:30 o'clock. Number 8, 9:30 o'clock. Number 9, 8:30 o'clock. And number 10, 12:30 o'clock. Did you get them right? I hope so. Flip your paper over. Let's keep on trucking along together. Problem solving. The name is Tim for number 11. Let's read it together. Tim plays soccer at 9:30. He eats lunch at 1:30. He sees a movie at 2:30. Look at the clock. Write what time, look at the clock. Write what Tim does. So it's in between the 2 and the 3, so I'd say 2:30. What does he do at 2:30? Look in the story. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's seeing a movie, isn't he? Let's write that. Tim sees a movie, period. Tim sees a movie. If we look at this clock, it tells us, doesn't it? Let's try the hot problem. I'm feeling brave today. Let's do it together. The child's name is Tyra. Here we go. Tyra has a piano lesson at 5 o'clock. The lesson ends at 5:30. How much time is Tyra at her lesson? Circle your answer. From 5 to 5:30. So from 5 to 5:30. Was Tyra's lesson a half hour or an hour? It was a half an hour, wasn't it? 5:30 means that 30 minutes has passed. That's a half an hour. Number 13, test prep. Look at the hour hand. What is the time? I'm looking, it's right between the 4 and the 5, so I would say it's 4:30, right? Just like our clock. Is there an answer that says 4:30? Good. All right, first grade. If you would like to do some extra practice with time to the half hour, maybe grab your Judy clock and someone in your family and test each other. Do half past times on the clock and see if someone can say the time. For example, I could play with you right now and I could say, what time is it on the clock? And your mom or your dad or your brother or sister could say, it's 7:30. Or they could say, it's 7:30. So go ahead and play with that Judy clock, showing time to the half hour with someone in your family. I hope you have a great day and I love you. We'll see you later.